Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. There's a lot of buzz swirling around the NFL right now. And one of the most intriguing stories involves the Jacksonville Jaguars and how they might shake things up by parting ways with one of their key defensive stars, Josh Allen. And if you're a Commanders fan, you know that the idea of adding a player like Allen could be a game changer for our pass rush, especially given where we stand currently in the season. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What's the scoop? Well, it's not just speculation anymore. Sources whisper that the Jaguars, who are currently sitting at 4-7, are considering trading Allen as part of a broader rebuild. They're struggling on defense, giving up an average of 25. 8 points per game, and their pass rush has taken a hit this season, dropping sack numbers significantly. With a cap space of around $12 million free and a roster in flux, the Jaguars are looking to rebuild their team, especially at the wide receiver and defensive back positions, while managing the looming deal for Travon Walker. This potential trade, if it goes through, would see the Commanders acquiring Josh Allen in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty strategic move for Washington, especially considering the teams need to bolster the pass rush after a somewhat underwhelming start to the season. Our defense, which has been solid but not quite enough to carry us into serious playoff contention, could see a huge boost. Allen, drafted in 2019, has been a consistent force on the edge for the Jaguars, bringing a lethal combination of speed, power, and technique that can really turn the tide of a game. In his career, he's accumulated 60 sacks and over 400 pressures, has forced 12 fumbles, and maintains a PFF grade averaging around 88. 9. His win rate of 19% and EPA per pressure of 0. 24 show that he's not just a sack artist, but also someone who impacts the game on multiple fronts. His ability to rush the quarterback with elegance and ferocity makes him a nightmare for offensive lines, especially when paired with other pass rushers. But what makes this situation even more interesting is the Jaguars' current defensive struggles. They're actively losing their edge rush king, and their sack numbers have dropped by about 25% compared to previous seasons. They're also in a bit of a rebuild mode at wide receiver and defensive back, which suggests they're prioritizing youth and future flexibility over immediate wins. The loss of Allen would be a big blow for Jacksonville, but for the Commanders, it's a golden opportunity to add a proven veteran who can immediately step into a prominent role and elevate our pass rush significantly. Imagine what adding Allen could do for our defense. Our current sack total is sitting at around 28, but with Allen in the mix, projections suggest we could see an increase to over 50 sacks across the season, a massive leap that could turn our defense into one of the league's most feared units. His presence on the defensive line would also improve our pressure efficiency, which is critical against high-powered offenses like the Eagles or the Cowboys, who exploit even small lapses in pass protection. The numbers speak volumes. Allen's ability to generate pressures, disrupt passing lanes, and create turnovers makes him a perfect fit for the Commanders' scheme. His impact would extend beyond just sacks. It would elevate our entire pass rush, forcing quarterbacks to make quicker decisions, increasing our chances for turnovers and big plays. Now, let's talk about the broader context. The Jaguars, despite their struggles, are still a talented team, and parting ways with Allen is not a decision they'd make lightly. They're aware of the importance of pass rushers, especially with the looming contract for Travon Walker, and they need to rebuild their roster around young talent like Christian Kirk and their developing wide receivers. The shift in strategy comes as they look to reshape their defense and offense for the future, and Allen's departure could be a part of that puzzle. For the Commanders, this trade isn't just about adding a player. It's about making a statement that we're serious about competing now and in the future. Allen's experience, his knack for clutch plays, and his ability to set the tone from the edge could be exactly what we need to push over the top. Picture a pass rush where Allen teams up with Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and other defensive standouts. The offensive lines would have their hands full, constantly trying to contain the relentless pressure from all angles. That kind of chaos can lead to more sacks, more turnovers, and a stronger defensive identity that carries us deep into the postseason. The potential impact on our team's overall performance is enormous, improving third down stops, red zone defense, and creating more opportunities for our offense to capitalize on turnovers. The synergy between Allen and our existing players could be electric, especially with Howell at quarterback, who benefits greatly from a strong pass rush as he looks to develop and lead this team into the playoffs. But it's not just about the X's and O's, it's about the mindset. Adding a player like Allen signals that we're not here just to compete, but to dominate. It shows that we're willing to make bold moves to build a roster capable of challenging the NFC's best teams. This move could also send a message to our rivals, like the Eagles and Cowboys, that the Commanders are serious contenders and not just a team on the rise. The NFC East remains one of the most competitive divisions in the league, and strengthening our pass rush could tip the scales in our favor when it counts the most. Looking ahead, the implications of this potential trade stretch beyond just this season. Allen's veteran presence and leadership could be vital in mentoring younger players and setting a tone for the team's culture. His experience in high-pressure situations, combined with his relentless work ethic, would undoubtedly boost the locker room. Plus, with the current trajectory of our team and the ongoing development of our offense under Howell, having a dominant pass rush can be the difference-maker in close games and playoff pushes. Now talking about the odds in the Super Bowl picture, the Commanders, with this kind of upgrade to our defense, could see our Super Bowl odds improve significantly, moving from plus 100-0 to roughly plus 30-0, as some betting markets suggest. While that may seem like a long shot now, a strong pass rush can transform a team's fortunes, especially when the playoffs come around. The idea of us making a deep run becomes more plausible when you consider the added pressure Allen would bring to opposing quarterbacks, especially in crunch time. His skill set aligns perfectly with what we need to elevate our team's chances and establish a formidable identity that can challenge even the best in the NFC. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet, and the Jaguars aren't expected to make a decision overnight. But the signs are pointing toward a possible shakeup, and if the Commanders can pull this off, it could be one of the most impactful moves of the season. The defense, which has been solid but not elite, could suddenly become a nightmare for offenses, and that's exactly what we need to take the next step. Imagine the roar of FedEx Field when Allen lines up on the edge, ready to hunt the quarterback down. That kind of energy, that kind of impact, could define the rest of our season and beyond. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Josh Allen would be the missing piece to unlock our defense's full potential? Would you be excited to see him in burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue building this family, because the best is yet to come for our Commanders.